Spills. Welcome back to Day Spills Tea. I, of course, am the lovely Day. And today we're not talking reality TV. Today we are back to the subreddits of Am I the A, which pretty much is a place where people can submit their stories and basically ask the world for an unbiased opinion. Am I the jerk? So I'm going to read the stories. I've got at least 3 of them for you tonight. And then you can comment below and let me know on each one if you think that they are the A or that they're not the A, or if you think that I'm going to think that they're the A or if they're not the A. And again, A is another word for jerk. Okay. So the stories that I have for tonight are, we have a mom who told her son that his stepdad would be buying him a car. And then we have a daughter who is perfectly fine letting her mom die. And then we have a story where there's a woman knocking on your door. You don't know her. It's 1:30 a.m., but she needs help. What do you do? So we'll cover all 3 of those. Make sure that you give me some thumbs up. Show me some love if you enjoyed these stories. Leave some comments down below and let me know your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. Hit the red subscribe word. Ring the little bell. That way you get notified every time I post a new video. And with that, let's go ahead and get into the very first story. Am I the A for telling my husband that I was disappointed in the gift he had for my son's 16th birthday? Background. I've been married to my husband Jack for 3 years. I have a 16-year-old son from my previous marriage, and Jack has an 18-year-old son from his previous marriage as well. My stepson and my son aren't close, and they only see each other while they visit, but everyone is happy with these arrangements, and there are rarely any issues. So everything is cool. Okay. My stepson's 18th birthday was a couple of months ago. I wasn't at the party since his mom hosted. You can't be at the party because his mom hosted? Whatever. And he 18? Whatever. But Jack told me he bought him a car because he's been needing it since he has a disability and will be going to college. I saw the pictures. The car looked nice. Now, my son's 16th birthday took place this past week. My son and I were both excited for the gift Jack said he'd bring, and I hinted to my son that it would most likely be a car, just like the one his stepbrother got recently. It turned out we were wrong, because at the party, Jack's gift for my son was actually a gaming console. My son got so upset that he went to his room and shut the door mid-party. Everyone noticed something was wrong and left shortly. Jack looked confused this entire time and asked what the deal was. I asked if he really didn't know, and he just stared. I told him that my son was expecting something like a car as a gift. Jack asked why, and I told him because my stepson got one for his 18th birthday recently. I bluntly told him that my son was rightfully disappointed. I told him that my son was rightfully disappointed, and so was I in this gift, and really thought it was unfair since my son told all his friends he was getting a car from his stepdad. Jack argued about the difference in circumstances, saying his son needs the car to drive to college while my son doesn't need it. And besides, he doesn't have a disability like his stepbrother and can walk or commute. Also, said I shouldn't have assumed it'd be a car, and I messed it up by hinting this to my son. I could not notice the difference in the treatment. I let him know that no matter how he tries to explain his reasons, my son will always feel like he's less than his stepbrother in a way, and what happened now will just make it worse. Even between the stepbrother, not just him and my son. Jack called me unbelievable and said that I should feel ashamed. Then he rushed out. He's expecting me to get involved and ease things between him and my son, but I decided to give my son time to process this. Am I the A for what I said? Ha! So is she the A? Hell yeah, she the A. What? Ma'am. Why did she assume that her husband is going to buy his stepson a car for his birthday? First of all, your son isn't even the same age that his son was when he finally bought him a car. So he got 2 years to make good on this deal if he wanted to. Second, his son has a disability and needs to go to college. Sounds to me like your son is just chilling at home. Sounds to me like your son is ungrateful as hell because he got a new gaming console, which I don't know what kind it was, but I'm expecting that maybe it was probably like a PS5 or some kind of Xbox. Excuse my voice. I went to a concert over the weekend. But yeah, he got the gaming console and then he gonna go and sit his little crybaby behind in the room during his party. Where's the thank you? And then she added in that after all, her son told all his friends he was getting a car. Your fault. That man do not owe your son no car. I'm sorry. It does not. Would it be nice if he also bought your son a car? Absolutely. But does he owe him a car? Does he owe him a car? No. And you're ungrateful. Your son is ungrateful. It sounds like you don't even communicate with your husband, because why wouldn't y'all have discussed what his birthday gift was going to be? And did you by any chance buy your stepson a car? What did you buy your son? Did you buy him a car? Where his daddy at? Girl, bye. Anyways, let's move on to the next story. She is the A, okay? I sure hope y'all agree with me because I don't see no other way to look at this one. Okay, so here's another one. My voice sounds crazy. Am I the A for letting my mother die? First, a little background info. My family is extremely religious, Mormon, like purity ring religious, but luckily me, 27-year-old female, and my siblings went to a public school where I met my now husband, 28 male, when we were around 13, 14. To my parents' extreme dismay, he was raised by 2 gay dads and is Asian. They tried to keep me from seeing him and forbid me to talk to him, but we became friends immediately, and later we started dating. That's when my sister decided to tell my family that I had slept with him, which led to them kicking me out at 17. Luckily, my boyfriend's family helped me. I haven't spoken to my family since. Then, a week ago, I get a call from my mother telling me that she was diagnosed with cancer and needs a kidney transplant. My twin sister, we're identical, is a perfect match, but since she's 3 months pregnant, she can't donate. So I would have to do it. I hung up on her. She's called me 67 times since then. And my mom and my entire family has been harassing me online. My twin sister even found out my address and showed up at my door telling me that I was letting my mother die because I was petty over the fact that they didn't like my insert racial slur husband. My husband and his family support me 100%, and I think I am okay with my decision to ignore my mother. But what do you guys think? Am I the A? Ooh, that's a tough one now. That's a tough one. So she said that this happened when she was 17, and she's now, was it 27 or 28? She's now 27. So she hasn't heard from her family in 10 years. And it doesn't sound like they have checked in on her, cared how she's been doing or anything like that over this time. She even mentioned that she has a 5-month-old daughter. Doesn't sound like the family has checked on her daughter, sent her well wishes. It doesn't sound like they've been a part of her life. I'm assuming that they weren't at the wedding or anything like that. And then they're calling looking for mama a kidney. I don't think she's the A. It's so sad. And it can sound petty, but it's actually not. Giving up a kidney is a major, major thing to have happen. And I don't know, I don't know the whole situation with the mom, but there's a possibility that she may need if she has a hereditary thing, then there's a possibility that she could need that kidney later. There's a possibility that she could need it for her daughter later, or that she could need it for her husband later, or whatever. There are so many things that can go wrong during the surgery of doing the transplant. There are things that could go wrong with harvesting the kidney. It is a huge, huge choice to make, even if you absolutely adore the person and they're in your life full time. So to make that decision for someone who wrote her off when she was but a child herself, I honestly can't say she's the A, but I am dying to hear other people's comments and thoughts on this one, because that's pretty intense. And then even when they reached out and when she talked to them, they're still using racial slurs towards her husband. I'm sorry, nah, it's a no. It's a no. And I probably wouldn't even be questioning, am I the A? I probably would just be like, look, it is what it is. It is. It is what it is. All right, so here's the last one. Am I the A for turning away a woman knocking at my door in the middle of the night looking for help? I fully admit that I don't really think I did anything wrong, and this is ridiculous to me. But my partner is angry and thinks I'm an A. Maybe I am. Around 1:30 a.m. today, a woman who neither me nor my partner has ever seen before came knocking at our door. I admit she was acting upset. She says that she's looking for her boyfriend. It's snowing and cold outside in the middle of the night. My hackles pretty much instantly rose. I guess I don't know what that means. I guess it's like their senses, their spidey senses. I don't know. My hackles. Okay. I've heard stories of people knocking on doors and faking distress looking for houses to rob. My partner, on the other hand, is ready and willing to let her in and try to help. Help with what? Her boyfriend is not here. That sounds like me. He has never been here. I tell her not so nicely that he is not here, that I know what she's doing, and that she needs to get the off my property now. Now we're up. It's almost 3 a.m. and we're still arguing on and off about me being an A to some poor innocent woman who's just worried about her boyfriend. I don't understand what we could have done. Whoever this dude is, he certainly hasn't been at our place. If she's cold and upset, maybe she should go home and file a missing persons report. On her own phone, at her own house. My partner argues that they may have been homeless. Her boyfriend may have been homeless. Her boyfriend may have mental or substance abuse problems that are weighing on her, so she can't do that. All of that is a true possibility. I spoke harshly because I don't believe her at all. And that if anything else, even mildly suspicious happened at that door, after that door closed, I would be calling the cops. I did not verbally threaten to call the cops, nor did I actually do it. I think my partner is naive. My partner thinks I'm heartless. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. Am I the A? But then they made an edit. They spoke at the door for at least 3 minutes before I interjected. She asked multiple times to come inside and not once for someone to call the cops to help her find her boyfriend. I'm personally reluctant to call the cops in any situation because of possible escalation. I absolutely understand that. My partner outright did not want me to do so because he was worried it might get the woman in trouble. No cops for anybody, even if I regret that part now, if only because it might have saved one of my neighbors from this scheme. I called the non-emergency line to report it this morning, and I have regrets. Why the F do the police need to know my full name, including middle name and date of birth, to tell them about some suspicious chick? Oh well. Am I the A? So I'm curious to know how you all feel. Like, we all want to do good and be good people. We want to help our neighbor. You know, it's easy to feel some empathy when you see a woman in distress. But this person is definitely not the A. Not the A. No, it's not safe. Why is this woman at your door? And, you know, people do things like with social engineering where they are playing on your sympathies, playing on your empathy, and putting you in a situation where you feel like you have to act fast and you feel like, oh, I have to do the right thing. No, you don't. She's at your door at 1:30 in the morning. So they set the time. They set the, they knew that it would be cold and snowy outside. So you're going to be feeling, you're going to be pulling on your heartstrings and all of that to see this woman outside. But there is no doubt in my mind that had they opened that door, something would have gone wrong. Something terrible may have happened. You do not open your door at 1:30 in the morning. I'm sorry. No. You can go to the police. I can call them for you, but you're not coming in my house. And then when he added the edit that she kept asking to come inside, why do you need to come inside? He's not here. You need to be out in the world looking for your man because he's not here. So no, I think that the original poster of this is not the A. I don't think they did anything wrong. As a matter of fact, I think that they were absolutely right to let that person know, I know what you're doing. Get off my property. That's foolishness. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed those. They were really, really interesting to me. I intend to keep doing these, so y'all might as well get on board and start interacting with them because it's not going away. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Bye.